Hello, and this is the process of how to make your croissants from the comfort of your own home. I didn't have baking spray, so hey man, you gotta use what you gotta use. And because I'm not making a lot of them, I'm just trying to show you the process. I'm only making 4. I'm not gonna spread the little butter all over. I'm just gonna spread in the area where I know I'm gonna put the croissants, so that by the time they're baked, I'll be able to remove them easily from the pan. Because if you don't do this, then you'll find your croissants a bit stuck on the pan. If you know anything about baking, you will know that this process is also important, right? So the next step is obviously like putting down the croissants. These are your frozen croissants. You can now place them on your pan. I was trying to show you how hard they are. And please allow them to defrost and allow them to rise, because when you buy them they seem very small, but because of the croissant effect they will rise to the level of a perfect croissant size. And so yes, this is the part where you have to allow them to defrost and then they rise, and then you can either decide to egg wash or not egg wash. That is all dependent on you. The aim is for you to enjoy a perfect croissant, perfect fresh croissant at the comfort of your own home. I intentionally placed the croissants far apart from each other because the dough needs to rise. And afterwards you can use cling wrap to cover your croissants, or you can use a cloth. It depends on you. But make sure that if you use a cling wrap, you do not tighten the corners, because the croissants have to rise, and if you tighten the corners, it's going to be difficult for you to remove your cling wrap once your croissants have risen. And mind you, this process is normally done at your B&Bs, your hotels, restaurants. Listen, some or most of these restaurants don't bake croissants from scratch. They normally buy frozen croissants, and why not try this at the comfort of your own home? This is the part where you can decide to either put your croissants on the counter or maybe place them in the oven. And the oven does work, but it's currently off and it is not hot. So if you're going to put it in the oven, make sure that your oven is off, because that cling wrap or your cloth is going to burn or the cling wrap is going to melt. So we don't want that. The oven is off. It takes your dough close to 5 hours to perfectly defrost and rise. Do not allow it to go to 6-7, because by then you have ruined it. Your dough will not be big and fat, it will be flat and big. So you don't want that. And now I'm going to preheat the oven. The person who's next to me is my brother. I'm sure you'll probably see him holding the camera, because I needed someone to hold the camera while I preheat the oven. I'm preheating the oven at the highest temperature, but when I bake them at 180. I don't know your oven, so please be mindful of your own oven, right? Sure. This part is optional. I don't like the smell of eggs, so if you are like me and you don't like the smell of eggs, you don't have to. And if you still want to do it, because it does make it look like, shinier, you can then use cream or milk. That's why I was showing you the cream. Because we had cream, I used the cream, but you can use milk as well. And I didn't put a lot, because the intention is not to drench the entire croissant with the content of this egg wash. You are just gently brushing it. You will see the process when I show you. I'm going to do it for 2 croissants and not all of them, just so that afterwards we can all see the difference between the ones that are egg washed and the ones that are not. This part is honestly optional. Remember when I said do not tighten the corners of your pan when you are covering it? This is why. Your croissants at this point are very delicate. One touch you will mess it up. Like, it will change shape completely. So do not touch your croissants at this point in time, and be gentle when removing the cling wrap or your cloth. Please, I beg you. And at this point in time also, do not try and move your croissant from another position to another position, because it is going to be flat and you're gonna change the shape. It's not gonna look pretty. Here we are egg washing 2 croissants, just 2 croissants, so everyone can see the difference. When you are egg washing it, do not be hard. Like I said, the croissants are now gentle. As you can see, it's jiggly, right? That's how it should be at this point in time. But make sure that you are not hard when you are egg washing it. So if you are mad, do not touch your croissants at all. Leave them alone, because you are going to make a mess. Now you can proceed to put your croissants in the oven, and you're probably going to see my mom's feet because I asked her to hold the camera for me. You are going to bake your croissants at 180. 180. Allow them to bake for like 10 to 15 minutes depending on how hot your oven was, and if maybe your oven was too hot, keep checking after 10 minutes so that you don't burn your croissants. But at this point in time, you should have a perfectly beautiful croissant. Remember the egg wash. Now we can see the difference, right? Because the croissants on your right are the ones that have been egg washed. They are shiny. They look like they have Vaseline on. The other ones don't look shiny. They look like they don't have Vaseline on. So that's the difference, and that's it. From here, you can decide whether you want to eat a plain croissant. I decided to give it to my dad so he can have with tea and scone, or you can turn it into a sandwich, whatever sandwich you like. I decided to use the chicken breasts that were available, and I made chicken mayo. So I used mayonnaise, a bit of sugar. I like adding like sauces as well, so whatever sauces that you like. There's this other one called Steakhouse that I'm a fan of. You guys, I added everywhere. I added a bit of lettuce. If you are a cheese fan, you add cheese. If you're a tomato fan, you add tomatoes. Like whatever you want your sandwich to look like, just like how Nosipo did it on this picture. She added avo, cheese, and I think there's cucumber. I don't know what else was in there. I hope I was able to convince you to get your own frozen croissants so that you can make them in the comfort of your own home. They are available in stores probably around you. I know you probably have to like really search, but you will find them and you will enjoy the process. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Love loves you. Have a good and perfect day. This was for croissant lovers after all. Bye.